Very good. So let's start with a bit of march. You can hopefully see me. Get nice high knees, some arm swinging. I think most of us are here today that are regulars, just checking the names. Just swinging in front. I always just do my little disclaimer that we're not here to replace any physiotherapy. We're just here to get a little bit of exercise going, some using butt kicks. So kind of bring your heels towards the bum. Again, if you're experiencing pain or tingling or weakness or feeling like you're going to faint or vomit, again, please just sit out the exercise. I'm going to go at my usual pace, so I do try to give progressions as we kind of go through our sets, each one being more difficult. So again, if you're feeling that the progression I'm at is too difficult, you're just staying with that progression where you are comfortable and feel safe, and not kind of pushing yourself beyond pain or beyond feeling well. All right, so again, we're going to do, I'm just kind of checking my waiting room. Okay. A little bit of a warm up. I have mobility exercises. I'm just going to do some curls through my back. So I'm going to bring my chin down toward my chest, curl my shoulders down, curl my mid back, through my low back. I'm just going to reach down. So I'm actually doing sloppy posture, I call this. And I'm going to roll out. So starting kind of low back, rolling back out to stand, and coming up, and then I'll raise my arms and look overhead. And again, you're going nice and slow. This could make some people feel dizzy or lightheaded, so you can just take your time with it. So again, just kind of rolling down. I try to think segment by segment through my spine. So again, start with your neck, looking down, mid back, low back, kind of curl all the way down, segment by segment, your back, and then reversing through the low back, mid back, neck, and looking up. Let's go one more time through that. So again, I'm curling through my neck, my mid back, low back, and again, I kind of call it sloppy posture. So you're not actually trying to maintain good posture here. We're just trying to get that vertebrae moving, segment by segment. Very good. Let's get hands and knees. Make sure you can see me. It looks like you can see my feet. Tiny little screen. Okay, so we're going to do our cat and cows. Again, similar kind of movement, chin to chest. And what we're going to do is arch your shoulders up. So pushing your chest away from the floor. And then I'm going to tuck my pelvis down. And then opposite of that, I'm going to stick out my bum, drop my shoulders down, and then look up to the ceiling. Or just look straight ahead, I guess. Again, I'm going to opposite to that, so look down towards my knees, push up my shoulders, curl my tail. And then we'll go through that again, stick out the bum. And then again, I'm trying to think segment by segment of my back, so each vertebrae moving on each other one at a time. And this so you can really focus on what you're actually doing and not just kind of flopping back and forth. Again, I always try to emphasize that we're not just here to flop around and do the movement. It's more about an intentional movement with a purpose. And that's really what physio is all about. And again, it should feel good. It should not be painful. If you are feeling, oh, that's hurting my back, my low back, then you can avoid the low back and just do the neck and the shoulders. Or vice versa, if it's like, ooh, this is hurting my neck, you can do the mid back, low back, and then keep your neck still and just work those areas if you feel it's actually feeling good. This actually should feel nice. Next one, thread or needle. So 4-point kneeling again. I'm going to stationary on my right hand. My left hand is going to be the mover. I reach right underneath my armpit. My eyes are following my hand that's moving, and then I'm going to reach up to the sky with that left hand. And as I do that, I'm kind of pushing away the ground with my right hand. So it's not just kind of sitting there in my right hand. My right hand's actually active through this as well. Again, I reach through my armpit, and then I'm going to reach up towards ceiling with my left hand. As I do that again, I'm kind of pushing away the ground with my right hand. And ideally, that gives you a little bit extra rotation through your mid and low back. And it's not just kind of a pinchy sensation through your shoulders. You can actually feel a bit extra rotation as you push through the ground. And again, even feel some of those muscles in your shoulder blade getting active. So it's not just kind of sitting there, it's actually doing something and working through some of that the stability muscles that control your shoulder blade. And good posture, actually. And last one on this hand. I found actually this super challenging. I don't know if those of you that followed along on switching hands, follow along on Wednesday with Dominic. He gets a heck of a lot more rotation than I do. Mid back's actually super tight, and I have actually very limited rotation toward my left. I don't know if you guys noticed that. My left rotations in my mid back, my T-spine is actually pretty poor. And I can't get very vertical when my hand comes up. Some of you folks out there might notice the same. You'll find one side feels a lot easier or feels a lot smoother, less effort, which is very typical. We look at one side dominant or one side tight, which is super common. Okay, so again, we're going to just open that up a little bit to get the hips going a little bit more and a little bit more into low back. So same movement. Let's just start my right foot up, my left knee back, my left hand down. So I'm kind of in a tripod. Again, my right foot, left knee, left hand. My right hand is my mover. I'm reaching through my armpit with my left, through my left armpit, and then rotating my right hand up into the sky. And you should be able to get a lot more vertical with this one. Again, you're still thinking I'm pushing away the ground with that left hand. So you're activating the shoulder blade. And you should feel a lot more through the groin or through your the abductors of your hips. So getting a lot more stretch through there. The hips, that's why I like this kind of one foot up, one foot down kind of position. In addition to the other one, because you get a lot more hip involvement and a little bit more rotation through the low back. So we'll finish off with that one, and then we'll switch over your hands and switch over your feet. So same thing, reaching through your armpit. My eyes are following my hands moving. As I reach up, I'm pushing down the ground with my other hand, opposite hand. And again, that kind of gets your chest and your shoulder active as well. I see a person in the weight room, I'm just gonna let them in. I do know some people out there have been struggling a little bit with internet connectivity. That's the person there just joining has some internet connectivity issues. Hopefully she can get through today. Yeah, I think she's joining by her phone and maybe tethering your data from your phone onto your computer or tablet might be an alternative if you want a bigger screen. And hopefully everyone's again enjoying their Friday. And last one on this side, and then we'll get into some of our strengthening exercises. Cool, so we'll just stand up real quick again, just take a second and make sure you're not getting dizzy. I just want to control my camera a little bit. Okay, so again, we're just going to do basically 4 exercises, 4 different progressions through difficulty. Again, you can just stay at that level of difficulty where you feel comfortable. You don't need to feel you need to keep up exactly how I'm doing it. It's basically where you feel comfortable. Start with a stationary lunge. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, kind of wider than you think. If you need a chair or stand close to a wall or do an indoor frame for safety, please feel free. I'm not obviously using anything, but again, if you're feeling this is wobbly already, then you want to make sure you've got something to balance on. I always like to think my back leg takes a bit more weight than my front leg, so my back leg, let's just say 60% of my weight, whereas my front leg is about 40. I always think my back knee dropping straight down below me. So again, my front leg just kind of comes along for the ride, but I kind of think that's my back leg is my prime mover. I don't let my knee touch the ground, so I'm basically just hovering just over the floor and then it comes straight back up. And again, this is our most easiest version. So again, if this is challenging in itself, let's just say do 5 or so repetitions. I'm going to do about 10, but you can always just cut back the repetitions, do 1 or 2, take a breather, do 1 or 2, take a breather. Obviously, it's not meant to be painful, so if you're noticing it's super painful, just take it through the range where you feel comfortable. Some might be a bit more of a shallow movement, so I switch legs if you saw. You don't have to move through the entire range if you're finding that's already challenging. So again, 60% weight in back, 40 in the front. Back knee just drops straight up and down, so you can see I'm not moving forward and back when I do my lunge. It's just like a vertical up and down movement. My chest stays nice and high. I keep my gaze forward. That will help with the balance as well. I feel a pretty significant burn in that kind of front of my thigh, the quad. If you want to get some arm movements, it's basically you running person kind of hand as you drop your knee. The hand on that dropping knee would come forward. If you've got dumbbells, obviously you can get some dumbbells action going there. Okay, so that's our first lunge progression. We're going to jump into a side plank. Side planks put a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So if you've got shoulder issues out there, just be a little cautious with it. I'm going to start from my feet. For those of you that find that difficult, knees is totally adequate. So again, you just bend your knees and then lean on your knees versus straighten out your feet and go from your feet. I'm just going to do a stationary from this one, about 30 seconds and try and count that clock. Tips to think about. I try to think of a straight line from basically the middle of my face, going down right between the middle of my legs and through my feet. You don't want to have any angles. Your shoulders should be kind of perpendicular to the ground, or your chest should be perpendicular to the ground. Okay, let's flip that around. I'm just going to flip around this way so you can see me a bit better. Neck posture, again, you don't want to let your neck sag down, so your head should be kind of tilted upwards. Again, so if you had that line cutting me in half, either hopefully be symmetrical all the way down between my legs through the middle of my face. And again, you want to make sure that shoulder or chest perpendicular to the ground, 90 degrees. I keep my gaze kind of, let's say about 6 to 10 feet in front of me. Just again, that keeps kind of your neck posture nice and straight. And again, we're just holding about 30 seconds. Forgot to check the top clock when I switched. So another 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And we'll shake, shake, shake. I'm going to do a bit more of a quad focus today. So quad being the front of your thighs, because I know Dom did a little bit more of the back of the legs the other day. Steph on Monday did a bit more of a cardio push. So again, I'm just going to give you a bit of variety, but I will get a bit of cardio stuff going as we go. Next one is a squat. I'll just do it sideways just so you can see my side profile a bit better. My feet are going to be straight ahead for this one, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. I always kind of think about my hips driving behind me, like I'm sitting back in a chair versus thinking about bending my knees. So again, as I hip drive behind me, as I stand up, I kind of think I'm going to kind of hip thrust forward, and that allows me to squeeze through my glutes, squeeze my butt. Again, the depth doesn't matter. I'm going pretty low. I try to get to about 90 degrees in my knees here. If you feel that's giving you some discomfort, then again, you're just going as deep as you feel safe and feel comfortable. Should not be a significant pain in your knees. You might get that cracking feeling. It shouldn't be a sharpness though. Sound is fine. I'm okay if it gives you some creaks, but if it's a painful sensation, that's not what we're looking for. I'm just going to move forward to the last 5. As you can hopefully see, my knees stay relatively in line with the rest of my leg. So ideally, you want to have a rough, just kind of straight line down through my hips, through my knees, through my feet. And not kind of get that knock knee kind of thing, which is very common where people will start knocking their knees or bringing their knees together. If you're finding that's really challenging, you can't do it without pushing your knees forward. Sometimes putting something between your knees, if you have like a soccer ball, for example, or something like that, to just kind of give you something to keep your knees straight. But ideally, you're actually using your butt muscles to make that happen. We'll get into that a little bit more in the next second. Okay, so our next exercise, Superman's. Super people. So again, we're going to line our stomach, hands out in front of us, legs straight. So for this, what we do is kind of your opposite arm and your opposite leg lift together. So for example, my right arm and my right leg are in lift, and then I'll walk us through as we go. So I hold for a second or two at the top, and then I relax and then drop. So again, my right arm, left leg come off the ground, and back down, and then my left arm, right leg come up. And when I say the leg, it means just lifting your thigh off the ground. So you should clear your thigh while keeping your knees straight. I always like to think there's a few things to go on here. So the movement for your leg should come from your bum, not from your low back. So I'm kind of squeezing through my butt to lift that leg up versus kind of arching my low back. And to lift my arm is more coming from my shoulder blades. So I kind of think, if you can kind of picture where your shoulder blades, where they sit on your back, you're driving that shoulder blade back to the opposite hip or to the bum cheek that's doing the movement to lift your leg. That helps keep good posture, so you're not going to get that scrunchy neck kind of position. And it shouldn't be fatiguing through, like if you feel your neck is getting really tired, then it means you need to squeeze your shoulder blades a bit more, or it means we need to make this a little bit more simple. Making it more simple could be just using your arms and lifting and forgetting the legs, just keep your legs stationary and just kind of lift your one arm at a time. Or it could be leave your arms down and just do one leg at a time. And doing like that just to kind of focus on what you need to focus on, because you'll have some different areas of focus than where I'm at. So let's do a couple more of these guys, one on each side, and then we'll finish off with that. And my head posture, I'm trying to keep my face parallel to the ground, so I didn't say that, but we'll do a few more progressions there, so we'll have an opportunity to look at that. Okay, take your time getting up, because when you lie down there, you know, the blood's in a certain position when you stand up. The blood rushes out of your head, so again, just take your time getting up, especially if you've got a history of low blood pressure, or you just find that when you stand up too quickly, you get dizzy very often. Just make sure you're taking your time standing up slowly. So exactly, if you're down on the ground, you kind of come up to your knees for a moment. Maybe lift your hands off for a moment, and then stand up and give your body a second to kind of readjust it. The movement of getting off the ground, that's something that we just got to be really careful of. I don't know the age group we're working with today. Okay, so I'm going to do my next lunge progression. So again, this is the next step, the next level of difficulty. Again, if you find those first sets was tough, you're going to stay there. So I'm going to do a forward back lunge. I'll just go diagonal so you can kind of see me a bit better. So I'm going to take a big step forward, drop that knee, push off my heel, take a big step back, oops, drop that knee, push off my toe. So those of you that follow me along, this is a pretty standard exercise for me. This is a nice one to get your cardio up, but plus, oops, we'll get those muscles working. So again, I'm still trying to stay pretty wide, so kind of a shoulder width or so between my feet, but a nice long step forward and back. And again, when I do lunge, as always, I'm still thinking my back leg drops straight down, so it's not a forward and back movement when I'm lunging. But there is a forward and back movement happening, but just not when I'm lunging, if that makes sense. So I'll do maybe 10 or so, and then we'll switch. So again, I should be feeling my glute or the butt of the leg I'm standing on, and my quad on the leg that's moving. That's ideal. I mean, you might feel it in other spots, and that typically just means you're a little bit weaker in certain areas. And we just need to work on that a little more. So let's do one more back, or one more forward, one more back. Good, and let's switch around. I'll go straight on for this one so you can see a little bit of a different angle. Oops, I didn't do a great job of pushing off my heel, that one if you saw. So forward, push off the heel, so I'm driving my heel, driving my toe, and then drive the heel as I push back. Drive the toe as I push forward. And again, my arms can pump. You can go a little faster if you feel you need to get a bit more of a cardio intense exercise. I'm doing it more for a little bit of both. So I'm getting a bit of cardio because I'm moving a bit slower, but doing a little bit more strength. Because again, it's that slow, controlled. That's where I lost the word I was thinking of. It's okay. Intention, that's the word I'm looking for. Moving with intention and purpose. And one more, and one last one. Very nice. So shake, shake, shake. So hopefully you got a bit of blood flow happening through your legs now. Again, sip of water anytime, take a breather anytime. You don't have to follow along exactly the pace I'm going. You're just kind of sticking to it, what you're comfortable with. Okay, so side plank variation. Again, if you feel you need to go from your knees, please do so. I'm going to show for my feet. But again, going from knees is exactly all the same. You just go from your knees to your feet. So this one, I'm going to do a hip dip. So I allow my hip to touch the ground momentarily and then come straight back up. All the same rules apply. I'm trying to stay perpendicular to the ground. When I'm at that top position, I should have a nice straight line coming through the center of my body. But for that moment where I let my hip drop, There will be some curve actually happening, as you can see. We'll do it to about 10 or so per side. And again, if you find these super challenging, you can just stick to the stationary one. This does work for your knees as well. So you're finding you're kind of fatiguing out from your feet, just drop down to your knees and finish off your 10 or whatever you can get it to. Last one. Good. And we're going to switch over. So again, I just start my stationary position, get myself sorted out, and then again, let that hip drop to the ground and come back up. So areas we should feel it typically will be the lower side. So maybe through the hip or the glute. You might feel a little bit in your obliques. So those are kind of love handle areas. Obviously, you're going to get that shoulder action as well because you're stabilizing through your shoulder. You want to make sure you're keeping a strong shoulder too. Don't just let yourself collapse onto that shoulder. You should keep like that nice straight posture as best you can. Engage the muscle of your shoulder. I'm kind of pushing the ground away on that shoulder. And don't just kind of let yourself flop. Easier said than done. Dom always said, I can't see what you guys are doing, so I can't really give you guys any tips or anything. Unless I guess you wanted to open your camera and not say you should or not. I guess I'm pretty far away. I can't really see that well. Because the screens are quite small. One more. Very good. Sip of water, shake it out. Again, take your time standing up, especially if you have low blood pressure or just find yourself that person that gets dizzy quite easily when you stand up from sit or lie. Again, feel free to take a break anytime you need. If you need to sit out a rep or a set, or just grab a seat, feel free. So our squat variation next is our sumo squat. I'm going a little wider than the shoulder. My feet are about 30, maybe 45 degrees outward. And I'm just going to do a straight squat for this one. So my knees, again, are kind of following the angle of my feet. So they go on about a 30 or 45 degree angle. I'm still thinking driving my hips behind me. So I'm thinking sitting back in a chair. This allows me to get my bum a little bit lower. And again, it really depends on you and where your knees feel. If they're feeling strong and not feeling pain or pinching, you can probably get a little bit lower. If you're noticing a lot of knee pain or knee discomfort, you're just sticking with what you feel comfortable going. Again, shallow squat works very well too. So if you're feeling, holy cow, my leg are burned, I'm exhausted. Just kind of doing more of a, I'm going to call that a piston, where you just don't go quite as deep. It's totally fine. Like you take it to where you feel you need to get that muscle activity and get some calories burned and get your heart rate up a little bit. You don't need to feel you need to follow me to a T. I mean, I'm the worst counter. I never count. So I know Dom's quite ridiculous about that kind of stuff, and probably Steph is too. I just basically go until I feel that nice burn. So I probably say I go about 10, maybe 12, but if you feel you just need to stop, then go ahead and stop. So you go one more. Very nice. Shake, shake, shake. I just like to march on the spot. It flushes out that lactic acid, that burning sensation that I feel, and allows me to keep moving. Okay, so a nice round of Supermans. So again, we're getting back into our mat. So I call this kind of the swing. So it's a similar leg movement. So my legs are going to do what they did last time, and my arms are going to slightly change. So again, my face is parallel to the floor, but it's not just off the floor, so I'm not pressing my nose onto the ground. So what I'm going to do is, let's just start my left leg, right arm. So again, my left leg comes off the ground, my right arm is going to drive my elbow back toward my hip, and then back to start. So again, I lift my right leg, my left arm is kind of driving my elbow back toward my hip, and back. So again, if you found that first variety of hard, just make adjustments to it to make it comfortable for yourself. This just adds a little element of difficulty because you're holding it a little bit longer, and you're going to work your shoulder blade a little bit differently. But again, it shouldn't be a painful sensation. You should not be feeling pinching your neck. If you do, it just means you're not activating your scap muscles as well as it could be. And that would be something that we probably want to work on one-on-one. But again, it should not be a pinching sensation in your neck. It should not be causing you low back pain. It usually just means you're not engaging where you should be. And that would be kind of time to seek a little bit of help just to make sure that you've got adequate control to do this exercise properly. Because it should not be painful, but it should be challenging. It should be activating certain muscle groups. It shouldn't necessarily be easy. And if it is easy, we're going to get a little harder next time. So this is, again, we're just kind of building up through the levels of difficulty with these exercises. Again, obviously breathing. You probably start hearing I'm getting a bit winded. I'm going to do a couple more on each side. Again, I'm squeezing from my glutes to lift my leg. I'm squeezing my shoulder blade back towards my opposite hip to get my shoulder activity. And one more on my left. All right, very good. So again, you're just going to take your time to get up. Just give yourself a moment to let that blood kind of get down outside of your head and not feel lightheaded. And again, when you get down there, it could lead to problems if you got low blood pressure, etc. Shaky, shaky. A little water. I just kind of mark on the spot myself, switch my arms around, flush out that lactic acid sensation. Okay, so my next lunge, I'm going to do a star lunge. So again, those that have been following us for a little while hopefully are used to my star right now. It's a moving lunge, a moving lunge that moves in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions per leg. So we're kind of going around the clock with my leg. I'll just walk you through it because it's probably a lot easier than trying to explain it. So I'm going to have my left leg stationary, my right leg moving, but you can do opposite because you're mirroring me. So I'm going to take a big step forward. Again, lunge straight down, push myself back up. I go at about a 45-degree angle, although my hips are still staying straight. So I'm not turning my body. My hips always stay straight in front of me. Out to the side, I'm going to go diagonal 45 degrees, down, and then we go straight behind me. Good, and then I'm going to switch my legs around, so my right leg's stationary, my left leg now moving, straight back. I'm going backwards 45 degrees. Again, my hips are always pointing straight. Going straight out to the side, and then lunging sideways, 45 degrees out in front of me. Again, always that hips straight ahead. And then last one in the front. So I'll do a few rounds of this, so we'll go through a few times, just so again, those people just doing this for the first time can get a chance to get accustomed to it. 45 out to the side. And again, you're just going as deep as you can, 45 back. Nice wide stance, obviously. The wider the better, it gives you just much more stability, much more basic support, right? And again, we're just kind of going the opposite leg now, out 45. Again, you're trying to really kind of focus on keeping those hips pointing straight. Out to the 45, and then straight ahead. And as always, my upper body stays relatively still. So there's not a whole lot of kind of like forward and back of my hips, and there's a lot of my knees bending. So my knees should be really, a side one really. Both knees should be bending when I do the lunge. Even though it's, like I said, my back leg kind of takes a bit more of my weight. My front leg is also bending, at least just to kind of allow me to do the lunge properly and not just kind of lean onto one leg. And we'll go forward. Let's go one more round just for fun, because like I said, I want to make sure people got this. It is a bit of a coordination thing and a balance thing when you're first getting used to it. If you've never seen this type of exercise before. Backwards 45. Straight back. And again, if you're tired and you just need a breather, please feel free to just sit it out when you start getting that feeling that you can't do anymore. Again, I'm not really sure where people's levels are at right now. I think there's probably a couple new faces today. Good. Shake, shake, shake. All right, we're kind of getting, I might just have a chance to do 3 rounds, maybe 3.5 rounds, and we'll see how we get. Okay, so my next side plank variation, I'm going to do a hip abduction. So it's a little bit, again, more difficult with each progression here. So again, if you want to go from your knees, it's totally adequate. I'm again going to go for my feet. Get our plank position, nice and straight. What I'm going to do is lift that top leg up. Really going to work that bottom leg. So you should feel it through your hip, through your butt, the side of your hip there. Challenging. So again, if you're feeling this is way too much, just stick to that previous variety where we just let our hips dip. But if you want to follow along, or try from your knees if you find the feet are too much, just break down and go from your knees. And again, from the knees, it basically just looks like that. with my knees bent. Again, very hard and very challenging. So again, don't feel disappointed if you can't do it. Again, I'm just trying to cater to a large group of different skill sets and abilities. So again, I'm not even sure where you're at or if you're even able to keep up with it. Hopefully a couple of you people are able to kind of get this progression. Good, let's switch it over. And again, you saw there I was cheating, not cheating, but I was getting fatigued too doing it for my feet. So I dropped down to my knees as well because they're hard. I don't blame you for not being able to do it. I can barely do it myself. And, like I said, it's something that you need to work up to if you haven't done this exercise before, and or just haven't done a side plank for a while. It's something you need to build up to. So again, I'm just trying to give a variety of exercises to the different abilities out there. So I'm going to go for my knees for my last 5. Just again to show you that variety. My feet are separating. You could actually do a clamshell, for those of you familiar with clamshells, as an alternative to lifting your foot. It's a little easier, but again, it's still very effective. So you can pick that degree of difficulty you feel comfortable with. All right, very good. So again, shake that out. Take your time standing up. Gonna walk that off a little bit. In my Zoom call, I'm going to cut off Zoom because I still didn't buy the free new one. I'm actually planning to do this week to see if I can get it this time. So if people need to leave, it's been a bit over half hour here, please feel free to sign yourself out. We'll see you back here Monday. I'll do one last squat and then we'll finish with that. So my next sumo squat is adding a calf raise at the bottom. So 45-degree angle, widening my shoulders, squatting down, coming up on my tiptoes, and then back up. So again, sitting back through my hips, coming up on my tiptoes, then coming back up. So again, just adds a little bit of a hold at the bottom, adds a bit of a calf raise, gives you that extra little bit of a burn for those of you that are able to do it. Again, I'm still thinking drive my hips backwards. I'm still thinking I try to keep it a nice straight line down my hips, to my knees, to my feet. And then, like I said, we just get a little pirouette to the bottom there. Chest staying nice and high. And gaze staying about 6 to 10 feet out in front of me to keep that neck posture nice and not like start poking my chin out, but I should have nice space between my ears and my shoulders. Let's go a few more. And a couple more. And one last one. On Wednesday, I forgot to do a Q&A, so I usually like to just throw that out there if anyone has any. So we're pretty much done. Let's just kind of shake it out. Pat yourself on the back. Say thank you to myself for doing this exercise class. It is hard to keep up with the routine out there these days, especially right now when I think it's hard to tell what day it is even. Just a little bit of stretch is probably a good idea. Feel free to stretch it out on your own because I said my clock's going to time me out pretty soon. But again, if you do have actually any related questions about yourself or physio, like I said, I do try to leave a few minutes at the end here for people to just pop in the chat, or I can even give you the mic for a second if you want to just ask a question about any physio related question or just want to say hello. I'm doing some quad stretches here, so I'll adjust my camera here. I'm just pulling my heel towards my bum because my quads are pretty on fire right now. Again, if you feel you need a chair to balance on or a door frame to lean in, please feel free to do that. We are back Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, same time, same place. And we always like to open these to your friends and family and other members of our community at large, even outside of the Vancouver area. If you've got friends and family out of town, internationally as well even, please feel free to let them know about what we're doing. We love having some new faces and new questions, new bodies out there. So always a pleasure to help out where we can. I'm doing a hamstring stretch here. So what I do is take my heel, maybe a foot and a half out in front of me. Again, I like to always drive my hips backwards versus think about trying to touch my toe. That should be a nice stretch through the back of my leg. And then we'll alternate through there. And again, everyone out there have a nice safe weekend. I'm hoping there's whispers about when people are reopening. We are actually contacting our clients and telling them we're gonna probably project out to June 1, June 1st, which is a Monday. I was tempted to say the Tuesday after Victoria Day, but I'm like hesitant because I didn't want to start promising things and then having to call people back in 2 weeks and tell them that we got to move the date back. So I'm hopeful it'll be June 1, where we can actually start seeing people face to face again, but only public health officials can tell us that answer, unfortunately. But from what I'm hearing in Saskatchewan, for example, physios and dentists were able to be open the first round. But again, we're gonna have to see what that's gonna look like, because I'm sure we're gonna have to be doing some social or physical distancing. We're probably gonna be wearing masks and gloves with everybody. And who knows what else they're gonna want, goggles or gowns or who knows what. It's gonna look a little different out there, everybody. So as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know. And again, hopefully see you in real person sooner or later. But I think I do like these classes. We'll see if I can keep them up or not when we do end up opening. There's a lot of ideas I have to continue this kind of a community. I think it's an awesome thing to do. But again, once people are back at work full time, back in their offices, it might be a little more challenging to get the lunchtime thing happening.